Hello everyone, I'm Sheriff Mark Hackel. Just wanted to bring to your attention a couple incidents that happened up in the north end of the county just recently. We had a rash of home invasions that took place, and with the assistance of some of the homeowners that were unfortunately victimized in these particular situations, we were able actually to help resolve this particular case by making 2 arrests of individuals that were engaged in this criminal activity for some time. We understand that as of November of last year in 2008, there had been a number of communities that were plagued by home invasions. And again, it kind of incorporated a 5-county area, if you will: St. Clair, Sanilac, Lapeer, Livingston County, and as well over into Oakland County, and including Macomb. Up in the northern end of the county, we seem to see that there was a similarity in the types of home invasions that had occurred. People breaking into these homes in a very brazen way, if you will, actually going to the home, making a determination if somebody was there, and either walking in because the door was unlocked or breaking into the door. Sometimes they even went through the back door wall just to get into the home. They were taking items that were very easily to manage, sometimes electronic devices, jewelry, money, things that they can readily dispose of for cash. They were working in concert, these 2 individuals, and fortunately we were able to resolve it based upon some information given to us by some of the witnesses that were actually victims of these crimes. In one instance, a lady came into her foyer, noticed that there was a guy standing there, identified him, asked him what he was doing. He indicated that he was looking for a friend of his. She immediately told him to leave the home. When he left that home, she provided us information, key information about his features, his characteristics, and her husband, who was coming home, noted that there was a red pickup truck that actually left the area. That information, shared with many law enforcement agencies, as I mentioned earlier, from other counties, had helped us provide, I guess, a suspect list. We were able to make a determination that one of the vehicles that was involved was, in fact, used in a home invasion, and the officers were able to get a license plate from it. From that license plate, we were actually able to find out the registered owner. We took the photo of that registered owner to the lady in a photo lineup, and she was actually able to identify one of the individuals, and that happened to be Mr. Reese, a 21-year-old suspect. We had been working on him for a couple of warrants, dealing with some bad checks, and in the process of doing this and looking for him as one of the key suspects, another arrest was made, and it was his partner that was arrested in Washington Township. Apparently he was going around trying to break into a home without his true partner, that being Mr. Reese, and as he was going into Washington Township, information from Clinton Township undercover officers had provided us a detailed indication that he was going to a home in Washington Township to break into, which we actually observed and watched him do. As he did this, he was arrested, taken into custody, provided us significant information about his partner. When we were looking for him, it just so happens we had another incident in Mount Clemens, totally unrelated. It was a shooting incident that happened at a home at which Mr. Reese was at. When he fled the area, he fled with a handgun, and the handgun that he actually had was a handgun that was stolen from one of the homes that he had invaded up in the northern end of the county. We were able to find him, identify him, and make a determination he had warrants as well as being wanted for many of these home invasions. So both of the individuals that were actually up in that northern end we talked to, they gave us indication that they were engaged in these activities. They couldn't tell us specifically which homes, but they did mention there had to be approximately 100 homes from November of last year through January of this year that they had broken into. And again, very similar motives, or I guess methods of operation and how they actually engaged in this activity. And their rationale or their basis for why they were doing it was drug related. And again, this is not uncommon. Fortunately, we got these 2 off the street, but we are certain that there are others that are engaged in this criminal activity as well that are coming up behind them. And it's not just something that's isolated to the north end of Macomb County or those counties. This has been an issue we've been plagued with and been problematic throughout the entire county of Macomb, the Tri-County area, throughout the state of Michigan. Sometimes we believe it's as a result of the economic situation that's occurring. Whatever the reason or rationale is, we definitely need the support of the public. Again, a lot of information was provided to us by people that were victimized, people that were watching in and around the neighborhoods. We need that kind of support from the public, and we hope that we get that continued support of the public. If and when you see something that looks suspect, that looks suspicious, please do not hesitate to dial 911, contact your local law enforcement agency. The Sheriff's Department, if you're up in the northern end, will get that call, and we will share that information with other departments. And if it's an emergency that's happening readily, we will send information out to our cars that are actually patrolling up in the north end and or the state police. So we need your support, we need your help, and again, those eyes and ears out there are what help us resolve some of these crimes. Thank you once again for listening, and thank you again for participating and being part of our efforts to help reduce crime in the northern end of Macomb County.